Today, we're diving into a story that has been told for generations, a classic fairy tale that teaches us a very important lesson. Get ready for the story of Little Red Riding Hood. Deep in a cozy cottage, right at the edge of a lush green forest, lived a cheerful and sweet little girl. Everyone in her village called her Little Red Riding Hood, and for a very good reason. She was never seen without the beautiful red hooded cloak her grandmother had made for her. She loved it more than anything. She lived a happy life with her family, full of laughter and sunshine. One sunny morning, her mother called her into the kitchen. The air was filled with the delicious smell of freshly baked bread and sweet cakes. "My dear," her mother said, packing a basket with all these wonderful treats, "your grandmother isn't feeling well. I'd like you to take this basket to her. It will surely lift her spirits." She handed the heavy basket to Little Red Riding Hood and looked at her with a serious expression. "Now, listen to me carefully. Go straight to your grandmother's house. Don't wander off the path, and most importantly, do not talk to any strangers you might meet in the forest. Promise me." Little Red Riding Hood, eager to help her dear grandmother, nodded and promised. She kissed her mother goodbye, put on her favorite red cloak, and skipped out the door, her heart full of good intentions. The forest path was beautiful. Sunlight streamed through the tall trees. Birds were singing their cheerful songs, and colorful butterflies danced in the air. Little Red Riding Hood was so captivated by the beauty around her that she almost forgot her mother's warning. She stopped to pick a bouquet of wildflowers, thinking they would make her grandmother smile. As she was gathering a bunch of bright bluebells, a shadow fell over her. She looked up and her heart skipped a beat. Standing right in front of her was a very large, gray wolf with sharp, intelligent eyes. "Good morning, little girl," the wolf said, his voice smooth and friendly. Little Red Riding Hood, though frightened at first, remembered her manners. "Good morning, Mr. Wolf," she replied timidly. The wolf smiled, showing a row of very pointy teeth. "And where are you off to so early in the day, with such a heavy basket?" he asked, his eyes glinting. Forgetting her promise completely, Little Red Riding Hood told him everything. "I'm going to visit my grandmother. She's sick, and I'm bringing her some cake and bread to make her feel better." "How very kind of you," the wolf purred. "And where does this dear grandmother of yours live?" Little Red Riding Hood, completely charmed by the wolf's seemingly friendly interest, described the little cottage with the white fence at the end of the path. "Oh, thank you for telling me," the wolf said with a sly grin. "You should take your time and pick some more of these lovely flowers. I'm sure your grandmother would adore them." With that, the wolf waved a paw and disappeared into the thick woods. But he wasn't going for a stroll. He knew a shortcut, a hidden trail that would get him to the grandmother's house much, much faster. Meanwhile, Little Red Riding Hood, thinking the wolf was quite nice after all, continued to gather a large and beautiful bouquet. After a while, she remembered her task and hurried back to the path, making her way to her grandmother's cottage. When she finally arrived, she noticed something strange. The front door was slightly ajar. "Grandmother," she called out, pushing the door open. "I'm here." There was no answer. She walked through the quiet little house and into the bedroom. There, tucked into the large bed, was her grandmother, wearing her frilly nightcap pulled low over her face. But she looked different. Little Red Riding Hood walked closer. "Grandmother," she said, her voice a little shaky, "what big ears you have." A raspy voice answered from the bed. "All the better to hear you with, my dear." Little Red Riding Hood leaned in a bit more. "But grandmother, what big eyes you have," the voice replied. "All the better to see you with, my dear." Feeling more and more uneasy, she continued, "And grandmother, what big hands you have." The voice croaked, "All the better to hug you with, my dear." Finally, Little Red Riding Hood saw a flash of sharp teeth. "Oh, grandmother," she whispered, "what big teeth you have. All the better to eat you with." The wolf roared, leaping out of the bed and revealing his true self. Just as he was about to pounce on poor Little Red Riding Hood, the bedroom door burst open. A brave hunter, who had been passing by and heard the strange deep voice, rushed into the room. With one swift move, he saved Little Red Riding Hood from the wolf's clutches. And what's more, he managed to rescue her grandmother, who the wolf had swallowed whole. Everyone was safe, though very shaken. From that day forward, Little Red Riding Hood never, ever forgot her mother's warning. She learned that you should never talk to strangers, no matter how friendly they may seem. What a story! It has a powerful reminder to always be careful and listen to the advice of those who care about us. Thanks so much for watching with me today. If you enjoyed this classic tale, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next storytime adventure. See you next time!